This week, the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail presented by Progressive launches an all-new season for the #1 team trail in the nation. And with it, new incentives that have everybody talking.
Team of the Year.
Team of the Year.
Angler of the Year. Angler of the Year.
The newly formatted Progressive Team of the Year program has increased payouts for the most prestigious award in the sport.
Well, the top 10 get paid. In first place is a boat.
That's an amazing thing. I mean, what other trail out there gives away boats and entry fees?
I think it's absolutely fantastic with the change up for the Angler of the Year program. I think it really incentivizes for consistent performance.
It's the largest team trail in the United States, so it's that way for a reason. I'm excited about the Angler of the Year race. I hope we have a good year.
We'll talk more about new incentives and opportunities later, but for now, we'll get stop #1 of the 2023 season underway. We're on Sam Rayburn, and conditions aren't exactly ideal. It was 27 degrees at takeoff, and we're transitioning from a strong cold front to post-frontal conditions. Launching from Humphrey Pavilion, we'll get on the water with touring pro James Niggemeyer and Jeff Luger.
So here we are, it's middle of February, and we've just had a pretty massive cold front. North wind blew really hard today. I'm gonna say gusting probably up to 25 miles an hour, and the water's chilled in some areas, but we found some warm pockets as well. Well, we've identified a couple of fish holding places. The key is going to be getting those bigger bites, and when we get them hooked up, getting them away from some cover. We've got them in and around cover, and we may have to shift in the fly, just kind of play the conditions and see what Sam Rayburn dishes us out, and we'll make adjustments if we need to.
Is this going to be #1? No.
Close but no cigar.
Close but no cigar. This morning we're on this big flat with a drain that comes up through here, or a ditch, kind of feeds into this little flat. There's a bunch of hydrilla down there on the bottom. I'm throwing a Bill Lewis rattle trap, half ounce, kind of a red crawfish with a chartreuse belly.
I'm trying something a little different. Z-Man jackhammer chatterbait. Just something trying to trigger a reaction bite from them.
Leading up to the tournament, the water was lower, and we've got quite a bit of rain, so the lake came up, I want to say, I haven't been watching it too close, but maybe 2 feet. It's got quite a bit of stain. In some areas, limited visibility. The grass is healthy, the lake looks healthy. This cold front that came through, I think maybe might have hampered the overall activity of the fish, and I think it's going to start to warm up towards the afternoon, so there could be a really good afternoon bite, which we're kind of banking on.
We'll get back to James and Jeff in a bit. Moving on, this is Bass Pro and Nitro angler Michael Clements and his partner BJ Tarr. Flipping creature baits shallow around flooded cover, BJ gets the first bite.
There's one, Mike.
All right, I'm coming. Oh, that's a good one. Where you at?
On the right side.
Got her.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, you betcha, brother.
That's a keeper.
Good job. So guys, the team trail this year has got a new structure payout for Team of the Year. First place, it's a boat and motor guaranteed. Free entries to all the tournaments for 2024, which is a big deal, as we know as tournament guys. You get the guide wear that I'm wearing right now. It's about $600-700 for a good set of guide wear. Each team member gets a set of those for free, along with the boat, along with the entries paid. I fish a lot of trails, and the payouts and the incentives, the Nitro reward programs, the Team of the Year, there's just so much incentive to fish this trail because there's just so much that you're gonna get by qualifying, being Team of the Year, even individual payouts. And that's why BJ and I chose to fish this trail over some other ones that we could be fishing today because of the incentives and payouts.
With increased contingency payouts from Nitro, Triton, Ranger Boats, Garmin, Mercury, Power Pole, and TH Marine, along with an expanded Progressive Team of the Year program, tournament fishing at the regional level has never been so lucrative. To learn more, TexasTeamTrail.com. The 2023 season of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail, presented by Progressive, is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. By Ranger Boats and by Progressive. Coming up, we're back on the water with more tournament coverage from stop number 1 of the TXTT on Sam Rayburn.
Be it rain or gusting winds or whatever Mother Nature throws you, when there's fish to be caught, nothing will stand in the way. Bass Pro Shops Guideware features Gore-Tex technology with the protection you need from the elements, so you can stay on the water and catch the big ones. The all-weather, all-performance Bass Pro Shops Guideware, because there are no rain checks out here.
Back on Sam Rayburn, this is stop number 1 of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail, presented by Progressive. We launched a full field this morning from Umphrey Pavilion in Brooklyn, Texas. Up for grabs is a near $100,000 purse, including a Nitro Z18 and Mercury package for the champs. We've got a ton of new changes this season, including teaming up with Bass Pro and Progressive for the all-new Progressive Team of the Year program.
This year, Texas Team Trail swapped it up, and the Angler of the Year will win a fully rigged boat.
Team of the year, that's the biggest honor, and this year they're giving away a boat for it. I mean, that's crazy.
It's another bonus, you know, you're after another payday.
The Angler of the Year is going to be a big goal.
It's one of the reasons I came out, for a chance to do a Team of the Year, a chance to make a championship and earn some of those rewards that you can get, as well as I've watched it for years, so I've always wanted to try and participate in a competition like this in this team format.
Back on the water, Jeff Luger is fishing with Bass Pro Shops and Ranger Boat Touring Pro James Niggemeyer. It was a cold start this morning. Mid-20s at takeoff with water temps in the 50s. Throwing a variety of moving baits over grass, they had managed to stretch their lines a few times, but so far, the live well is empty.
No.
Fun to catch, but not going to do us any good.
Yeah, I think they're just moving. Not like fast moving, but they're just kind of cruising. I don't know. That's just my 10 cents. Typically, when the water comes up like it has in the recent few weeks or month, the fish can spread out, and I think that's what we're finding.
Yeah.
Got him?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. He feels small. Well, he's biting. He's fighting now, anyways.
Yeah, well, just the way you were doubled up, he looked like he did.
Well, he might be.
Oh, shoot, get in there.
There we go.
Yes, he will.
Okay, so affirmation on the old color change. I mean, he smoked it too.
Yeah, it looked like it, the way your rod doubled up.
With their first in the boat, we'll move on and check in with Brian McDonough and Anthony Phillips, fishing from their Nitro Z21.
Well,
They've had a tough go this morning, but while the cameras were on board, Anthony managed to get a hook into their first bite of the day.
It'll start. Maybe it'll start.
short, maybe 13. He is 13 exactly.
That was bigger than mine earlier, man. That's no fair.
Just cranking this grass. We don't have a whole lot. We didn't find a lot of fish.
I knew today would be probably a little harder than yesterday, so sitting there in the bluebird sky post front. It's gonna be a grind.
And a grind it has been. It was a cold start this morning, but even during practice, anglers faced high winds and high water. This week, Rayburn has been anything but consistent, and much of the field is struggling to get a bite going. Kirk Lelou and Billy Donahoe are one of the few teams we've seen culling. Fishing fairly shallow, they've got a small limit for around 7.5 pounds and plenty of time left on the day.
Well, it'd feel way better if we had 5 5-pounders, but I mean, it's a start, you know. There he is. There he is, Billy. All right. We're gonna call him anyway.
Still looking for that big bite. Kirk fires up the Mercury.
Well, how you feeling? Well, we got 5, but could be feeling better. Because somebody's gonna catch him. somebody's gonna have them staged up somewhere, I would imagine.
Back on Michael Clements and BJ Tarr. Fishing shallow, they have 2 in their nitro live well. And with the water warming and clearing up, Michael decided to change up on color choices.
So, you know, I love to use the BPS tournament series stuff. There's a lot of good products out there, but one good thing that Johnny Morris does is he listens to the anglers. He really listens to us when we tell him, you know, what we want and how we want to see it, and the colors, the shapes, the sizes. It's not just your big box retailer that doesn't take any input from the actual fishermen. What I'm putting on right now, it's called the Riverbug, BPS Riverbug Crawl, and a watermelon fire crawl. I'm just putting it on a 5/0 hook here. It's got nice crawl legs on it, so when it hits the bottom, it's sitting there. These will float up, just looking like exactly like a crawfish does when he's trying to get away from a bass. See if we can get it to generate something here. The problem with fishing an area like this is it's a target-rich environment. You can see out here, there's 5,000 targets to pitch and throw at. And one thing that we have to do with time management and tournaments.
There's one, Mike.
Hang on. Where you at?
On this side.
That's a decent one. That's number 3, baby.
Number 3. That was on a big group right there. The trees for sure. Get down there, dog. All right. So that bite was a little different than the last one I had. It came off a cypress tree that time and pitched in there. When I went to move my bait, my line was just moving off. And saw a little fish. Gives us our 3rd keeper for the day. Hopefully we can upgrade later. We got plenty of time still, so we're just trying to fill the live well right now.
If you're gearing up for stop number 2 right back here on Rayburn, be sure to stop in at Bass Pro or Cabela's. Whether you're coming in from San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, or points beyond, there's probably one right on the way. Look them up at Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's.com. The 2023 season of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail presented by Progressive is also brought to you by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats, Mercury Outboards, by Garmin Electronics, and by AFTCO Performance Fishing Equipment. Coming up, tournament coverage continues from Sam Rayburn Reservoir. Stop number 1 in the 2023 season of the #1 team trail in the nation. The Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail, presented by Progressive. Stay with us.
When there's miles of water in front of you and hundreds of feet below, you need a boat with the chops to dominate, no matter the conditions. With the strength and technology to overcome the elements and the competition. Ranger Boats, still building legends, one at a time.
Sam Rayburn Reservoir. 178 square miles of water on the Angelina River in deep East Texas. We'll be back here for stop number 2 in March before heading north to Ray Roberts, and then Richland Chambers before wrapping up the season in June at the 2-day championship on Choke Canyon. For details, schedules, and registration, look us up at TexasTeamTrail.com. With all the additional incentives, the trail is a great opportunity to get in on tournament fishing. Jared Hilchey and Jeff Graham, both retired military, made the drive from San Antonio to fish their first event, and that's where we'll pick up tournament coverage.
My name is Jeffrey Graham, Jeffrey, Graham, right there on the sleeve. I'm fishing out of San Antonio, grew up in Idaho, retired Navy, so ended up out here in San Antonio when I retired.
Cool, how's your day going?
It's going very slow. Got 2 in the box. We caught 4 though. Just trying to figure this lake out. It's our first time out here.
Is this your first TXCT?
Very first. It's actually my first tournament too.
Going for team of the year?
That's always the goal. Always the goal. Just got to put them in the boat first. So kind of been blind using the live scope, but 2D's been playing a role. 2D in the side scan.
So what are you seeing on the live scope?
Right now, I see a bunch of grass on there, sitting about 8 feet deep, and there is some movement just on the edge of about 15 feet out in front of us.
With 2 in the Ranger live well and throwing a soft plastic jerkbait, Jeff's rod loads up, and he pulls the hook home.
I think it's small. Oh, wait, he might be a keeper. Where's the net?
Get him out from under the boat.
Oh shit, don't you jump. Don't you jump.
Oh yeah, he's a keeper.
All right. Here he comes, here he comes. There we go. Nice. There's 3. I don't know what Bass Pro calls this lure, but that's what I caught it on. It's like a Ned rig.
Check out the Bass Pro Shops Mini Shaddy Shad or the Berkley Gulp Minnow at any of the Bass Pro and Cabela's retail stores, or find them online at BassPro.com. Getting down to the end of the day, we'll check in on Arizona's Seth Furmanek and Robert Kettner.
So my name is Seth and partner Robert. We're here from Phoenix, Arizona on Sam Rayburn. And we fished the Texas Team Trail in 2021. Came in 8th in AOY and decided to do it again because we love the Texas Team Trail, love how it's laid out, love the lakes they fish. And so we're up here in Deer Stand. We had a good morning so far. It's like, what, 10:30 or so. We have probably 22-ish pounds and trying to upgrade. If we can get 1 or 2, 6, 7 pounders, we're gonna be up there where we have a chance. You never know at Big Sam though, because there's 40-pound bags that come out here. So giving it a shot. We got 2 grass patches that have been really good to us and caught them on the bright red first thing this morning. Switch it up, get a little bit more natural here. See if we can't coax old Sherry, Shelly. Every town's got one of them. We're looking for the one in this town right here.
It's kind of been a little juice hole, so it's been fun, and hopefully we can upgrade a couple more times throughout the day, and maybe we'll see where we end up. You never know.
Good one, dude. Big one. I made the switch. That'll call. Another 4-pounder. Dude, he smoked it too. We're back. So guys, I literally just showed you I made the switch. A little bit more natural color. First cast.
I don't think he's gonna help.
Man. Golly.
The tag's right here.
I mean, that's a good thing. That's not gonna help.
While Seth and Robert take care of business, we'll take the opportunity to remind you that we still have 3 stops left on the season. For schedules and registration, TexasTeamTrail.com. The 2023 season of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail, presented by Progressive, is also brought to you by Triton Boats and the Triton Gold Program, Power Pole, by TH Marine, Sunline, and Gamakatsu. Coming up, we'll head to weigh-in.
Hey, all you boaters out there! Any way you float, float protected with Progressive. They insure over 1 million watercraft just like yours. Get a quote for your boat today. Insure your passion. Hey, RVers! Any way you explore, explore protected. With Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. They make it easy to quote, and the process takes as little as 4 minutes. Get a quote now. Insure your passion.
There are people who know that there's more to getting there than just getting there. Who know that going fast isn't fast enough. And who know living isn't the same as feeling alive. They're people who aren't afraid to stand out, make noise, make waves, and never look back. This one's for them. The Mercury 115 horsepower and 150 horsepower Pro XS outboards. Built to win tournaments. Designed to win your heart. Mercury, go boldly.
Back in Brooklyn, Texas, where despite the tough conditions, Sam Rayburn still showed why it's consistently one of the top fisheries in the nation. The cold morning and post-frontal conditions made for a rough start, but by midday, teams reported that the bite picked up.
We got our 5-fish limit. It's not a lot to speak about, but we got them.
Heading to the scales, there's nearly $100,000 up for grabs, including a Mercury-powered nitro boat for the champs, as well as valuable points in the race for the all-new Progressive Team of the Year program. Seth Furmanek and Robert Kettner made the 1,200-mile drive from Arizona and sacked up 2014 for a 5th-place finish and $3,600, including the $500 Garmin tournament reward.
Great day, super blessed, and hopefully we can do it again sometime soon.
Brian Schott and Jim Smith locked up 4th with 25-12. They'll take home $2,500 for their efforts. Checking in at the top, faring 1 ounce better, the 2022 Team of the Year, Russell Lee and Landon Ware, put 25-13 on the scales, as did Clay Phillips and David Schaub. They'll tie for 2nd.
It was kind of scary at first. We couldn't catch anything, and then about 10 o'clock we just pulled up to the right stretch and dragging a Carolina rig, and every one of them came on Carolina rig, and then we coiled up about on our 5th stop with a crankbait and had a big cold. We ended up getting that 7-pounder.
And coming out on top for the first event of the season, the Triton team of Marshall Hughes and James Franklin brought 5 for 28.06.
Y'all got kind of mad at them today. Look here, new tournament leader, 28 pounds, 6 ounces. Your new leader, do you guys have a big bass you want to weigh?
Earning a total package worth $51,795, including the Power Pole Big Bass Award, the Triton Gold, and the Mercury bonus.
To be honest with you, the day started off pretty terrible. We didn't have a limit until 1 o'clock or so, 1:30. And then we had 45 minutes till we had to leave where we were at and make it back to check-in. And we had 3 fish in the box, and they just started eating. They just fired off, and we had caught 28 pounds.
Here's a look at the top 10 on the Bass Pro Shops leaderboard. And as the first event of the season, these are also your top 10 on the Progressive Team of the Year standings. 2022 Team of the Year, Russell Lee and Landon Ware are back in the hunt for another run at the title.
That's what we're shooting for. Who wouldn't, right? But you still have to have another great year to beat this bunch because they don't mess around too much.
Well, are you happy with 2nd today?
Oh yeah, I'm happy with 2nd. Who wouldn't want 1st? But I'm happy.
Join us next time when the TXTT makes its 2nd stop of the season, right back here on Rayburn.
The fishing's going to be totally different. There's going to be a ton of fish up shallow. There'll be a lot of big fish up shallow. You'll be able to win up shallow next month. It's going to be big stringers of fish.
It's going to be a hammer fest.
For schedules, registration, contingency qualification, and more, check out TexasTeamTrail.com. And for the best in gear, tackle, and electronics, Bass Pro or Cabela's.com. The Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail, presented by Progressive, is a Careco TV and Bass Pro Shops production.